going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review, and today I got one for My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. It's the third My Hero Academia film, just released in theaters this last week. I think it came out like a week ago. And the story is essentially about when a cult terrorist ruins a city by releasing a toxin that causes people's abilities to spiral out of control. Japan's greatest heroes spread around the world in an attempt to track down the mastermind and bring him to justice. That's the perfect description of this movie. And we get to see a lot of different hero groups in action. And one thing about me, everybody know, I pretty much love, I love My Hero Academia. It's one of my favorite anime of all time. And I think it just keeps getting better and better as like time progresses. Like I just think it's amazing what they do with this show. And I like the characters. I like the fights, you know what I'm saying? Just the lore in general behind the show. And so I enjoyed both the movies. I think the second movie, completely blew me away. The first movie I thought was just like I think it was just like, hey, getting his feet wet, but the second movie killed it. And this one I think killed it as well. I will go ahead and do spoilers in this one just because I don't know if I'm gonna do a non-spoiler review on this. But if you're just simply put, I love the movie, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out, because I think that I think you have to be a like semi-fan of it to really get into it. I don't think you necessarily need to know everything behind it, but I think if you do, I think you'll enjoy the film more, most definitely. But obviously, we have a couple new characters introduced, and probably the two we have to highlight is Fleck-Turn. That's not even Fleck-Turn, right? Yeah, Fleck-Turn and Rhodey Soul. Rhodey Soul is a guy who just pretty much does transport. Okay, he gets stuff and he takes it to people who need to get it, and he gets paid for it. That's pretty much all we need to know about him. And he also was abandoned by his father, who he ended up starting working with this terrorist organization. Yeah, that's a big part. I probably should have led with that. Can't bear the lead. And Fleck-Turn is a guy who wants to get rid of quirks and like start the world over. And people who don't have quirks, and it's a very, very interesting reason why this guy thinks that way, because he thinks Jesus Christ, I said quirks and I said flex. But no, he said quirks are not a blessing; they are a curse upon the world. And we've seen people who thought like this before. Now, one thing I will say, one of the weak parts about this film, I must say, is they flush out Fleck's character, but it's like at the end, because before that, we don't really ever see him. Like, he's not in the movie at all. He's giving a great speech. Kind of reminds me of Apocalypse, from X-Men Age of Apocalypse. Oh, is it Age of Apocalypse? Yeah, I think that's it. Age of Apocalypse. Blue character, powerful, got a lot of people serving under him. You get the gist of it, and that's pretty much what it felt like to me. But that's the only thing you see him. You see him give speeches, and that's it. Now, Deku just so happens to meet this guy, Rhodey, who he's got to capture because he knew Rhodey had something, and the police started shooting at Rhodey, and Deku had to save him and everything like that. So that was cool. And like those two just traveling with each other, and Rhodey just like, yo, you're a hero, shouldn't you, like, why are you helping? Why are you saving? Like, Deku just like, I don't care who you are. It's just why he's the GOAT. It's why he's the best hero. He's just like, I don't really care who you are. It's like, if I want to say, I just want to save people. I just, I feel like somebody should be saved, I'm gonna save them. Like, that's just who Deku is. And I feel like the two had a pretty good connection, good chemistry. Because Deku, he's still like a kid. Like, he's shy, and like he sees, one thing about Deku, he definitely sees the best in people. Like, he even if he understand, like, he can understand a villain and still whoop the ass, but like, that's what it is. He's just like, but at the end of the day, I think it's more about saving people for Deku, and that's what he tries to do. And biggest big mission because this is literally a big portion of the world that's going to be killed if this toxin gets out. And now Deku's a wanted man. They say he mass murdered people, and I love how literally no one, not a single hero, thought to themselves, "Oh, maybe he did do it." Not a single one. It's just like, nah, Deku would never. And then the students at UA, get out of here. Get out. They all do like, hey, shut up. Deku won't hurt nobody. That's just, listen, necessary. So I love that. But I think probably the biggest thing about it is obviously going to get to the fights and stuff. You have this one girl with the arrow. She's pretty cold. And her fight with Deku. And she ends up committing suicide, which I was just completely threw me off. I'm just like, wait. And she did. I'm just like, oh, wow. And it threw them off. Now, I wish they kind of would have expanded on that a little bit. Because I can't. I don't know how many times I've seen them just like have to deal with somebody like then killing themselves. I wish I would have seen like they're real. Like we got some good shots of them like reacting to it, but I really wanted to know how they felt about it. Personally. And of course we get that big, amazing third act in this film. Amazing third act. You have Bakugo going up against Shredder, two Shredder mixed with Doc Ock, and they going ham. And that fight is just so good. It's so good because a lot of the times Bakugo was getting bested. Even he's putting out some of his best tricks, still getting bested by these people. And that's, excuse me. That's why he had one of my favorite fights. Well, probably my second favorite fight in this film. It's because he's getting bested. They on his top. They whooping his ass. They legitimately whooping Bakugo's ass, which is not something you see a lot. And it's for My Hero to be the type of anime that it is, they don't mind showing a lot of blood because like Bakugo gets sliced up left and right, and like you see like chunks and chunks and chunks of blood. But when that boy turned it around. And we wanted to get crazy, and his eye was literally bloodshot red because it was blood in his eye, and it's all you saw. And him go all out and stand up and just pointing at himself at the end. Now that image got spoiled to me online. Just randomly just scrolling. I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram, and I saw them just like, damn, why would they do that? But I thought it was great. Then you have now Shoto's fighting Leviathan. I want to say that was his name. Leviathan's cold, but I still never necessarily felt like Shoto was in any real trouble though. That's my only thing about him. I never felt like he was because like you never really see Shoto like panic a lot. Like most people you'll see like even when he's panicking, he's kind of like nonchalant with it. So once he finally got the opportunity to like let loose, I said, yeah, this guy's done. Like there's like you're not beating him, okay? Like you're not beat. I might have to legit see somebody completely just dog Shoto for me to believe that like he's ever in any real danger because like I just didn't feel it this time. Now Deku versus Fleck. The guy who can't be touched, whose quirk literally rejects everything that's pushed towards him, okay, and sends it back tenfold. Why he can never be touched, why he can never be held, and stuff like that. I mean, we see why he is, even though I'm assuming the stuff around him is why he's blue because it's always reflecting back at him. I'm assuming that's why he's blue. That has to be. And he just like, no, you're not gonna stop this. You're not gonna stop this. We done found out Mr. Soul, and it kind of reminded me. Rhoda's dad kind of reminds me of Jen Erso's dad from Rogue One, where he had to go work with the bad guys. He was forced to. But he like made sure there was a way to like stop his creation, and best person did it too is the son, because the son did the little puzzle when I was young. So I like that little time. I really, really did. But Deku up against Fleck. And Deku just constantly going left and right. Deku getting shot. Like, I don't know how Deku was alive because he was getting shot numerous times through his arms, through his elbows, through his shoulders, through his thighs, through his sides. Like, he was getting shot, and like Deku was walking, and you just hear pints of blood just falling out with every step. But one of the greatest things Deku said in this film, and when he started going after Fleck, he just kept punching and kept punching and kept punching and kept punching. And when Rhoda saved him, he told Rhoda just go, and Deku just kept going and kept going and kept going. He starts finally seeing, like Fleck started seeing his skin again. He was no longer blue. You got to see Deku was getting through. It's like, how you do this? It's like, you failed because you gave up. You gave up on trying to get closer to people. That's your fault. That right there, it's just great dialogue for one. But that's not the only thing that happens. Of course, Deku gonna hit you with the speech while he whooping your ass. Then when you see that hair go up, man. When you see the hair go up, all praises to the number one hero. Because I was done. Once the hair go up and he started doing this little number right here, we started moving that stuff, I was done. I had nothing else to say. It was roll credits. This guy is getting put in a pack because United States, a world smash. I can't. I'm sorry. He's amazing, man. I just got so into this movie. He's amazing. He's amazing. I can't say nothing else about the guy. The guy is amazing. He never lets me down. Never lets me down. He did this movie. It's pure enjoyment. I don't know which one I like more out of this one and the second one. I think that's like the big talk right there. Which one people like more? I give y'all my answer another day, probably on TikTok. But great film overall. I have to give the film A minus. Like I said, because didn't really get a lot of stuff with Fleck, and I felt like the film that wasn't really like going a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? We just had like this journey between two people, and I'll see if they would have did more stuff. It'd have been more, you know what I'm saying, crazier. But yeah, one times and stuff like that. Also, when all the other heroes doing their thing was cool because I'm always gonna support every student from UA. Except for Gurkure, because she don't do nothing. And I'm gonna stick beside that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching the vid, people. Peace out.